Hi, my name is Graham Ezzy. I'm a professional windsurfer. Because there are no World Cups at the moment, I'm doing some coaching. I have a coaching community on Facebook. It's Graham Ezzy's Windsurf Coaching Community. Or you can do facebook.com/group/Ezzy Coaching. And it's a community of windsurfers from all over the world who are trying to get better at windsurfing, primarily wave sailing. And we do a live stream every Sunday on my YouTube channel where we have a discussion about moves, questions. People can submit photos and videos, and I critique them. And we have discussions about all kinds of things windsurfing related. So if you're not a member, feel free to join. It's all free, all available online. Today, I want to make a little video talking about forward loops. I get a lot of questions about forward loops in the coaching. And there's one big misconception, which I'm going to go over in a minute. There's one big mistake that I see almost everyone making when it comes to the forward loop. So I'm going to go over that one mistake, and then I'm going to talk about sort of three key elements of the forward that will help you if the forward is a move that you're already trying, and these things might help sort of crack the egg for you with the forward. It's not meant to be a comprehensive guide on how to do forwards. These are more aspects of the move, maybe insights into the move that you might not be aware of. You might be, who knows. So anyway, I'm going to get into it. This is first the biggest mistake that people make with the forward, and then just three simple tips for doing better forward loops. So what's the biggest mistake? So the biggest mistake with the forward is not understanding that the forward loop is a downwind 360. It's not a somersault. The forward loop is not a flip. The forward loop is not a somersault. So you hear a lot of, in the literature, it says look back. And people are confused by that. They're saying, well, I'm flipping forward. It's a forward loop. Why am I not looking in the direction that I'm going? In every other sport and every other move in windsurfing, I'm always told, look where I'm going. So why is that not the case with the forward? Well, it is. And it's just that the forward loop is not a somersault. The forward loop is not a front flip. It's named forward loop, and people think it's a forward flip. But a more accurate description, a better name for the move, is a downwind 360. So the forward loop is more of a 360 rotation than a somersault rotation. So here's a forward loop filmed in slow motion. This is me on Maui from a couple years ago, but it's a good move that kind of shows the dynamics of it. And so there are different kinds of forward loops, but as you can see here, my body is always over top of my feet. My head is over top of my feet. I'm never going head over heels. I'm never somersaulting. I'm never flipping. So if you look at this just kind of slowly and you go through it, you see that I'm really rotating horizontally. And that's how you get the most control and how you get the cleanest landings, the fastest landings. Because if you think about it, if you're rotating sideways like that, you can land on your board and just keep going. The momentum is working for you. In contrast, if you're flipping more vertically, then you're landing very hard on the board, and the momentum is pushing you down into the water rather than carrying you forward. So you want to go horizontal. In competition, horizontal forward loops score higher than vertical ones. With single forward loops, most of the pro fleet, most of us have pretty similar rotation. The point of differentiation really comes with double forwards, and there we're heavily penalized if we are going more vertical in our rotation. They want to see horizontal rotations. That shows control. It allows also just for an easier time rotating. So this is the biggest mistake people make when they think about forward loops, is they think it's a front flip. And so they're trying to flip. They're throwing their body forward. They're throwing their energy forward. They're looking forward. That's not the move. The move is a downwind 360. It's a spin. So you're spinning your body in the direction of downwind and looking with your head in that direction. So your head is looking in the direction that you're going. You're going that way. You're going downwind. As you can see with my head here in this video, I'm looking where I'm going. I'm looking where I'm going to land. And because it's a downwind 360, my head is looking downwind over my rear shoulder. So I hope that that's clear to everyone watching, because that'll make a big difference in just wrapping your head around the move. Because what I've seen is there's a lot of people that get stuck mentally because they think of the forward loop as a flip. And so they're trying to huck their body over. They're looking forward. And that's just not going to work very well. That's just not how the forward loop works. And you end up with an endo rotation. You end up with some hard crashes, maybe hitting the mast in the water. All right, so now we've cleared up the biggest misconception with the forward loop. I'm going to give you sort of my 3 biggest tips for the forward. Now, this is not a comprehensive guide to doing forwards, but if you're already trying them, if you're over the fear, which the fear is actually the biggest element with the forwards, which we're going to do more videos on at another time. It's something we talk about quite a bit in the coaching group. So join the coaching group, and we have a lot of discussions about fear for the forwards as well as other moves. But if you've already gotten over the fear and you're trying the move, there are sort of 3 tips that I think really help. Number 1 is going downwind. So the more downwind you take off, the less rotation you need to do once you get in the air. So you want to take off as downwind as you comfortably can. With this video clip, it's hard to see where is downwind and where is upwind, but I'm taking off very downwind and landing very downwind. But I could have landed here and it would have been fine. And so if you're just learning and you're not getting such whippy full rotations, then it can be really useful to have that like grace period, that grace rotation, where because you've taken off so far downwind, you don't have to do the full 360. So go very downwind on the takeoff. 2 is that wide grip. So if you look here at this clip, I'm almost grabbing the boom clips. You want a wide grip. A wide grip really helps with the forward loop. And when I'm helping guys out who are trying to get into the forward and they're having a hard time, getting their brain around all these different things you got to be doing with the forward, throwing the rig, looking back, reaching back with your hand. I'll put a piece of tape on the boom, like colored duct tape. And it's a good visual indicator, and okay, I've got to reach back to that thing and grab it, and that's where I need to be pulling from. If you put that too far back, like for you, it might be uncomfortable to reach all the way to the clips. That's also going to affect your rotation. So you want it as far back as you can comfortably reach without being too extended, and then you're not able to really fully sheet in. Because as you can see here, I'm really pulling the sail into me, and it's like doing a pull-up. It's like doing a pull-up with that rear arm. So you can see that look at my backhand, I've got that wide grip, and I'm doing a pull-up here where I'm pulling the boom down. So I'm pulling my body over the boom as I'm looking in the direction of the rotation and twisting my body in the direction of the rotation and bringing my elbow in and close to my body. Very similar to a pull-up. So I've got this very powerful position where I'm pulling the boom in. You can see again here, this is a good angle where you can see how far back I'm actually gripping on the boom. So first tip, take off downwind. Second tip, get that wide grip, which will help you when you're initiating the rotation. And so this is not a tip, this is just how you do the move. You've got to really extend that front arm and really pull in with the back arm. So you can see that I've got my front arm almost as straight as it can go. My arms don't go fully straight. And really pushing that rig forward and downwind, which I'm not throwing it down in front of me, I'm throwing it downwind. And so that's, again, the direction of my rotation. I'm doing a downwind 360. And so the third big tip is the head. So everyone says to look back. I'll clarify that a little bit and say you really want to look over your shoulder. You don't want to look down. What I see most people doing when they're learning is they're looking down. So they're looking like back, like towards the tail of the board, you want to be looking more up. You want to be looking downwind and up, so over your shoulder, and really as hard as you can and as long as you can. And you can even, I'm not doing it here, but you can take off from the ramp already looking back. As you can see here, I've got my head looking over the shoulder throughout the entire rotation. So it's not something just for initiating the rotation. So here you can see I'm almost done the rotation. I've still got my head looking over that shoulder. And that's what helps keep the rotation horizontal, keeps the rotation controlled, and it allows you to spot your landing so you can land nice and soft. We don't want hard landings. We don't want to hurt ourselves or hurt our boards. So let's recap. Number one, biggest misconception with the forward loop is that it's a front flip or a forward somersault. It's not. It's a downwind 360. So think of it like a 360. You're not hucking your body forward. You're not doing a somersault rotation. Your head never goes under your heels never go over your head. You're going downwind, so you can twist your body in that direction, which is exactly what you're doing. Twisting your body in that direction is sheeting in with your backhand and pushing forward with the other hand if you're thinking about twisting downwind. And you can really lean and use your body in that direction, which is then pulling against the sail, which then the sail is helping you to rotate because the sail's filling up with wind and it's doing this kind of catapult rotation around you. So forward loop is a downwind 360. Number one, go as downwind as possible when you're taking off. You've just got less to rotate. It just makes it easier. Two, reach far back on the boom. If you're having trouble remembering this, put some colored tape on your boom, grab that. Three, really use your head. The head is key. You want to be looking over the shoulder. You're not just back, not down, not towards the tail. You want to be looking over your shoulder. And that allows you to rotate horizontal, in control, and land smooth, clean, and controlled. That's it for today. Join my coaching group. We talk about all kinds of topics. We do giveaways. We've got discussion going on. We got people, men and women from all over the world. You're totally welcome to join. This is where the discussion is happening. And then on YouTube, we're doing live streams every Sunday. The time right now is 8 o'clock in the evening, Central European time. It's like German time. It's about 9 in the morning for me in Hawaii, where I am right now. And I hope to see you there. Thanks.